The first time they appeared, no one noticed. They were quiet, ordinary children, playing in schoolyards, walking home with backpacks slung over their shoulders. Nothing to suggest that they were anything other than what they seemed. Children, but the reports started trickling in. Small towns first. Families described strange behavior. Children, speaking of events that hadn't yet happened. Names, places, accidents, even deaths. Details no one could have known. Parents dismissed it at first. Teachers wrote it off as imagination. But then the predictions came true. A boy in the Midwest said the power would go out at 3:17 p.m. on a Friday. It did. A girl in the suburbs predicted a minor car crash in front of her school. It happened exactly as she said. No one could explain it. And every time, the children's eyes were calm, empty, knowing. Soon, the pattern became terrifyingly consistent. The children didn't just know small things, they knew the future in horrifying detail. Tragedies, accidents, disasters, all unfolding like clockwork. Before they spoke, then came the requests. Authorities first. Hospitals. Governments. They wanted to know, can the children predict war, epidemics, financial collapse? The children answered only in riddles, in ways that made sense only after the events had passed. And always, there was a price. For every truth revealed, someone would vanish or something would break beyond repair. One child, a girl with silver hair that gleamed unnaturally under the sun, spoke of a flood in a city that didn't yet exist. No one believed her until construction crews arrived weeks later, digging foundations where she had said the river would rise. People began to whisper, "These children are not human." Families grew afraid. Teachers locked classrooms. Some children were removed from homes and sent to special facilities. But it was never enough. Wherever the children went, the future followed. And the future, it seemed, didn't care about morality or mercy. The most terrifying part wasn't what they knew, it was what they wanted. Because slowly, people realized the children were not just telling the future, they were shaping it. The more the adults listened, the more events seemed inevitable. Accidents happened precisely because someone had been warned. Decisions made based on the warnings. Lives altered forever. And in the darkest hours, some whispered that the children were learning from us, learning how we would act, what we feared, what we hoped for, and using it. I remember the night it hit my town. The sky was red with storm clouds, a wind that felt alive blowing through the streets. The children were gathered in the school gymnasium. They had predicted it, not the storm itself, but how we would react. We panicked. We evacuated. And still, when the morning came, the damage was worse than we could have imagined. Lives lost, roads torn apart, homes vanished. and the children calm, watching, knowing. By the time people understood the truth, it was too late. The children were no longer just a phenomena. They were a force. A force that didn't care about right or wrong, only about the unfolding of events. And somewhere deep inside, I suspect, they enjoyed the chaos. Now, in every town, in every city, parents whisper about them at night. Don't let them near your windows. Don't talk about tomorrow in front of them. Don't ask questions. But the children appear anyway, at playgrounds, in schools, sometimes on your doorstep. And if you look into their eyes, you realize you are seeing the future staring back at you. And worse still, the future does not forgive hesitation, because the children who know tomorrow are patient. They wait, and when they act, the world moves exactly as they have already seen it. And if you think you can escape, you are wrong, because the children are already inside your home, inside your mind, whispering the future into your ears, making you part of the story that has already been written, whether you want it to be or not.